I turned the calendar over this morning to the month of June. Just the thoughts of a fresh, brand new start. And I always love flipping the calendar because I have done it for years, and one of the things I do every Christmas is I pick out the perfect calendar for my mom, and now my daughter does it for me. So I always love seeing what the different pictures are. This one is called Blossom Time. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and I'm really looking forward to the month of June. There's only a couple things going on. We have the start of summer, the first day of summer, and then we also have Father's Day right in the middle of the month. And I'm taking a little bit of time this first day of the month, and I'm gonna, come up with a little bit of a game plan to get on track with meal planning again. I have some magazines from last year. I have my freezer inventory. I have my Pioneer Woman, the summer magazines. I'm still waiting for the one this year to come out. I do have some cookbooks, but I don't really feel like I need them right now. I also just printed out a month just to kind of give a little bit of a look. My game plan, we'll talk a little bit more about that later, but just how I've been trying to eat for the past couple of months. And that was really the inspiration to kind of come up with a game plan for the month of June. I have some coupons from HelloFresh, and I also got a new pad at Michael's that I thought would be really helpful for this month. 26 plus years of being a wife, a mother, homemaker, stay-at-home mom, military wife, all the different hats that I've had. There was one thing that was always consistent. I'd get up in the morning, do whatever I needed to do, take care of everybody. I'd sit down with my cup of coffee, and that little voice goes off in my head, and it's like, what's for dinner? And I always laugh at those memes because it just shows me that I'm not the only one that has a struggle with that. And it says, I wish somebody would have told me the hardest part about being an adult is figuring out what's for dinner every night. That is so true. And honestly, if it was just me eating dinner, I wouldn't care. I would be able to throw something up together. But I think especially with our youngest child, the whole autism journey, he had a lot of years where his diet was very, very restrictive, just with all of his different sensory issues and just things that he could not eat. But thankfully, with different therapies and as he's matured, he understands that he might like something. So he has a much wider palette, and I just feel like I really need to get organized to make meal planning easier. So I took a little bit of time this morning to kind of come up with a game plan for the month of June. And 8 years ago I started my channel, and I really wanted a fresh start in 2024. I felt like it was time for me. I'm turning 50 this fall, and just focusing on, my journey as a woman, trying to finally let go of the diet culture, have a healthy relationship with food, and really just, fuel my body to prioritize my health, be the best that I can be. And it's been a very slow and steady process, and I started it last year working more on the internal part of it, really the whole mental part of it, and now I'm definitely still working on the inside. I'm feeling so much better, my energy levels and everything, but also working a little bit on the outside with wanting to look better in clothes and everything. And my hair is a little bit different today because I have a little bit of a natural wave, so I did a little bit of something different with my hair, some of you might notice, and that's all part of the whole journey. And I don't know. So that's what we're gonna do. So let's go over to the table and see what I came up with. And I'm gonna tell you the way that my brain works, and maybe this will make sense to a lot of you. Just with all of the years of mom, wife, stay-at-home mom, homemaker, military wife, having kids, therapies, extracurricular activities and all that kind of stuff, I always have a running list in my mind. I'm a pen and paper kind of gal. I don't like to do things on the computer or my phone or anything. I like to sit and write things out. So one of the things over the years that I have figured out is doing a brain dump. And I just write everything down on a piece of paper, and it's like as soon as my brain figures out that everything is written down, it kind of like lets go of it all. And then I take that brain dump and I come up with a game plan. So let's move over to the table to see what I kind of came up with this morning after doing a brain dump. This is one of the things that I really wanted a fresh start for on my channel this year. Anybody that comes across my channel or has been watching me for a while, I really wanted to just kind of focus on my starting point of this year, as my journey of a woman trying to, prioritize my health and, have a better relationship with food and still take care of my family. In April, I did a game plan. I said you have to start somewhere. Keep it simple, don't overthink it. Protein has been a big focus on my diet. And then I just kind of came up with a game plan of how I'm going to eat during the day. And April and May, I just feel like I really established a good routine, just kind of for myself. And now, as we're in the month of June, I really needed to come up with a game plan for meals, because it's not just me for all of our meals, it's the three of us. And that is a focus of my everyday life, being a homemaker, whatever my title is and everything. So I had done a brain dump, and then I did like kind of a rough planning. And quite a few months ago, I saw this pad of paper at Michael's, and there was something about it that caught my interest, and I think they were $4 each. I think I bought 5 of them, just because I didn't know if I was going to see it again. There was something telling me to buy it. So I have a rough idea of what I want the week to look like. But in this video, we're just going to focus on the Friday and the Saturday. And for the grocery list, I just kind of did like a little brain dump of, I think really June, July, August, focusing on fresh and local produce. Here in Ontario, we have, so many amazing farmers that grow great crops. We have local farmer market stands, and I really feel like that will really help get inspiration to make different meals because of what is in season and what's fresh, also what's on sale. I've done this for quite a while, doing a larger shop for the weekend on Thursday or Friday. I try to do a pickup order at Walmart. I find it works the best for me. And this week, that is exactly what I did. Yogurt, orange juice, milk, dog food. I needed a whole bunch of stuff, so I just did a pickup order. Got a little bit of produce, and then I went to another store. You're going to see some of that on the meals this weekend, but I just find that works really well. And then Sunday or Monday, it's to replenish the produce and sometimes pick up those things that you forgot. So that is kind of like looking at sales, or all of a sudden it's like Sunday night and I think, oh, this sounds really good for Monday and Tuesday. I cannot plan 7 days at a time. Like 3-4 days, that's what works for me. Usually 2 days. Like I know what we're having today and I know what we're having tomorrow, and that's what we're working with. Pull from the pantry and the freezer. And then I also want to do a Costco shop this month, and meat is my priority, and have a plan and prep. So that's going to be all the process that you'll see this month. And then I just did a few other little things. So I said the June plan. This is pretty much what we've been doing, and I just kind of this is kind of the game plan. Breakfast: fruit, yogurt, cereal, granola, English muffin, eggs. That's kind of the staples for everybody. Some mornings I have breakfast, some mornings I have a protein coffee. Lunch, leftovers. I would honestly say leftovers is a little bit more for winter months, but anytime I can use leftovers to make lunch a little bit easier. The protein and fresh is really a priority, kind of like cold plates, making some kind of salads, having cucumbers or fruit on the side, and then salads too. I think especially as greens are getting in season, and everything just tastes so much better when it's local and it's not being shipped from, another part of the world. And I think the goal for the month of June is to establish a plan and routine, use what we have in the freezer and the pantry. I've really been trying to work on that and donate anything that I know that is not part of our lifestyle now, or purge. There is some things that have been in there for a while that is time to get rid of them. I hate food waste, but it happens. And I think when you're not organized, or you're trying to figure out what meals and everything is going to look like, it happens. And I think that's one of the reasons why it's really important to be organized too, so you reduce any kind of food waste, because you don't want to waste food, and most importantly, your money. Prepare for the new freezer. We're going to be getting, I hope, a new freezer this month. And then just some prep ideas for meals and for freezer. So, if I get groceries, is there anything I can do ahead of time to make dinners a little bit easier? If I make a dinner, can I have some extra to put in the freezer? And then just really keep meals simple, but look forward to them. And then one of the things I do is I take my freezer inventory. Mine's a little bit all over the place because my freezers are not organized. Some of this has to be updated. Some stuff has to be added. And I just took a couple of things that I had just to kind of give you an idea of what I like to do. So fun pasta salads. There's a lot of great ones from the Pioneer Woman. I have a couple of beef roasts, and honestly, in the month, I'm not going to be doing pot roast or anything. And I thought one of them, I've looked for a couple of recipes where I can do like a Mexican flavor, and I can shred them for like tacos, quesadillas, anything salads. And then I also have another beef roast, and I could do that more like a Philly cheesesteak with onions and peppers. And that would go so well with wraps or anything. Like nachos you could probably make with it. I don't know. But it's just some ideas. And then you have leftovers. I have some ground turkey, so I can make Greek burgers. Meatball subs sound really good. I got this pineapple sausage at Costco. It is so good, and it's great for rice bowls. I also have a bunch of souvlaki, so that would be great for prepping on Sundays. We'll talk more about that as the month goes on. And then I also have a couple of burgers, 2 4-packs of burgers, and then like one night doing a bacon cheeseburger and then just having a simple side because it'll be a heavier meal. And then, what else could I do to make like a fancier burger? And that could be even looking at restaurant menus to get ideas on what I can make at home. So that is a little bit of the game plan of what you're going to be seeing in the month of June. So here we are, the month of June. I'm not calling it a vlogging month, but I think it would be a great month to get back into the rhythm, to post more frequently, keeping it very real, because my personality type, I cannot do like well thought out videos or anything, because I find if I try to organize everything, nothing works out. I'm just kind of on the fly kind of gal, and when I keep it real, those are the videos that you like the most. So what better way to get back into the rhythm of it is to share a little bit of here and there, just focusing on my journey and my puppies and what I'm feeding my family. So does that sound exciting? I'm really excited about it. I feel like I've been trudging along and trying to do all of this, and I think moving forward, like having some, recipes, and now if I establish like what meals are gonna look like, I find it's just so much easier to come up with ideas. So we just gonna take it simple for the month of June and kind of establish a routine, work into it for July and August, and then as we get into the fall, my favorite time of the year, winter, Christmas, all that kind of, let's not get too far ahead. Let's just focus on the month of June right now. So that is what we are going to be doing. I'm not going to say videos are going to be up every day, because you know what? 1, life happens, and 2, editing is just one of those things where sometimes I'm on top of it and sometimes I'm not. So my game plan is to have a video up for you to watch, and we're going to focus on Friday and Saturday right now, because I got my groceries and I needed to go into another store to get berries. Strawberries and raspberries are a favorite for our son, and I always prioritize them. I do not care what they cost. And the local farmers market stand has fresh strawberries. So as soon as we got through the berries that I bought for the weekend, we're gonna be having a lot of strawberries. So I'd love to make some desserts, spinach salad with strawberries and chicken, and I'm excited about it already. And breakfast, like French toast. I'd love to try to make crepes, like a lighter version in moderation and all of that. Like, the ideas are just coming, so I'm very, very excited about it. And all about like the fresh strawberries. I think asparagus is in season right now, and then as we move on, like yellow beans and peppers and tomatoes and all of those fun things. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. But anyways, I went into a little bit of a higher end grocery store that I don't shop at very often, but they have a lot of nice things in there. And I got a couple of things that were made a little bit ahead, and it gave me a little bit of idea is sometimes, is it worth to spend a little bit more money to help with dinner? And is there other ways that you can save to kind of balance everything out? So let's see what we are enjoying for dinner on Friday and Saturday. The store that I went to for the berries, I just saw all of this prepared food, and I grabbed this chicken Caesar premium salad kit. It was packaged on the 30th. It was good till the 2nd. We ate this on the 31st. I loved everything that was in there. The lettuce looked really good, and I didn't realize that I was supposed to grab a dressing packet, but thankfully I had some salad dressing in my fridge, and I just took it out. And $7, I thought it was a little bit pricey, but the 2 kits that I wanted to add at Walmart were 2 for $8, and I know that this is a lot higher quality. It was freshly made in the store, and I'm actually using the dressing that I like, and I just thought it was worth picking it up. So since it's just my husband and I having the salad, I just went ahead and tossed the lettuce and the dressing in the container. But if I was doing for a lot of people, I would have made it in a large bowl and have everybody serve themselves. But I just like to put it in the bowl and then put all the toppings on top. I was going to use tongs, but I use my hands. They're clean. And I think Friday night for us has always tried to be takeout at home or keeping it simple. And even as a child, like my parents It was meat, potatoes, and a vegetable 6 out of the 7 nights. And Sunday night was always the night that my mom took it a little bit easier. And we always kind of had like light dinners, or she would get something. And I've stuck with that. And I just really find like takeout at home is a great idea. And picking up this salad for $7, I really thought it was worth it, because to pick up all of the ingredients, like a big thing of romaine and the fresh lemon and the croutons and all of that, I only want it for one meal. So I felt $7 was worth it. I think the convenience of it, everything was measured out, and I think my husband and I are really going to enjoy it. And a couple of weeks ago, there was a PC store that you could get pizzas for $4 using your members card. So I picked a bunch of thin crust and flatbread pizzas up, and this is a creamy mushroom flatbread. And our son loves pizza, but we're not having it every Friday night, and a serving size is half of the flatbread. So he had a half of the flatbread with a nice fruit salad and some protein. And my husband and I are having the salad with a quarter of the flatbread. I thought this was a really good portion size. We both really enjoyed it. It felt like it was takeout. The salad was $7. The pizza was $4. This was $11 plus what our son had. I really thought it was worth it. But the biggest thing was it gave me a lot of ideas for the future. So, salad kits I love, because we don't eat salad every night. But I could make the dough. I could purchase just plain flatbread in the bakery section, put it in the freezer, and add my own toppings to it. So I think this was a really great way to show you what I'm trying to get inspiration for with kind of getting back into meal planning in the month of June. And I think this was a great start for our first takeout at home dinner. It is now Saturday, and I just got everything out for our dinner tonight. Pork chops from Costco. I break them down into packages of 2, and then I cut them in half because the pork chops are so thick. And I have 1 hamburger bun left, so I'll be able to make Andrew a nice sandwich using the pork chops. And then I'm going to do some potatoes as a side for him, and then also some strawberries to finish off his meal. And for hubby and I, we're going to have this salad that I bought yesterday when I got the Caesar salad. It was $7. They had just brought it out, and it looked absolutely amazing. The sweet kale salad, but with a lot of extras. And the sunflower seeds, mandarin oranges, goat cheese, dried cranberries, and then these nuts. I didn't get the poppy seed dressing, but I'm going to use this G. Hughes coleslaw dressing. And last week I made a macaroni salad, and it just wasn't that great. And I decided to get this container with my Walmart pickup order, and I have been looking forward to this all week. I had been craving a nice creamy macaroni salad. So I'm going to get started and cut the pork chops in half. Usually I do it whenever they are a little bit frozen, but I was able to do that, and we like the darker ones a little bit better, and I'm just using this Wild Whiskey smoked barbecue seasoning. I got it from Costco, so I'm going to go ahead and prep that because hubby is going to grill these tonight. And then I'm just going to take these potatoes, quarter them, and then put a little bit of olive oil, salt, pepper, and onion powder. And we don't eat a lot of potatoes, and I just find when I buy the 10-pound bag, it usually starts to sprout little things off of them, and it's just really not worth it. I really do find buying these smaller ones, they're so easy to prep, and I just find throwing them into the air fryer, it works really well for our son. And then when there's leftovers, you can use them for breakfast, and I just find it works really well. Usually these ones and the red ones I get, they're just from Walmart. They're not the best deal, but I find that they do work the best. So I'm just going to toss these up and then put them to the side, and then I am going to cook them in the air fryer. And then I have been looking forward to the salad. Look at how amazing. The goat cheese was so good. And I don't know, what a great way to dress up a kale salad. The mandarins I wasn't that crazy about, but everything else, I just thought it kind of brought it up to a next level, especially the little nuts. I was trying to get the tray out, and just the kale salad. So I know how much the package of kale salad is, and then with all of the little extras, I don't know, I still think it was worth it. And I'm using a quarter of a cup of the dressing because I think the serving size says 2 tablespoons. And I think on the bottom it said 500 calories for this whole container. And then we're going to split it. So this would be 250 calories. And I hadn't really planned on having this for dinner, but when I saw it in the store, I just thought it looked amazing. So I'm going to let it sit. And those nuts are amazing. I got these strawberries. They are from California. And they're not Driscoll's. I find Driscoll's is the best, but when I found out that the local strawberries are ready, I was so excited because look at these ones. All white in the center, not very sweet, a little bit bitter, and hopefully for the next month, 2 months, because they have all sorts of different crops at this local farmer's market, and they're absolutely amazing. So the pork chops are ready to go, and I'm using this G. Hughes no sugar added barbecue sauce. So I got it all ready for hubby, and we're not diabetic or anything. We don't have any problems with our sugar levels, but I was trying to cut down a little bit on sugar, and I decided to use these. But what a difference it makes, because I do have arthritis in my joints and my legs, and just what a difference with the inflammation. And I'm going to continue buying these. So I'm going to go ahead and get the salad kind of ready, and I decided to throw it all together. Oh my goodness, this looks absolutely amazing, like with some grilled chicken on here. I don't know. I just think this would be really great if I knew that we were having, things didn't go as planned. I could run into the grocery store and just kind of grab it. I don't know how often they have them, so I have everything ready to make a sandwich. I went ahead and made up the plates, a little bit of the macaroni salad. There's the potatoes, a little bit of ketchup. He likes to dip. There's his strawberries, and then I also have some potatoes left over, so we could use them for breakfast on Sunday morning. We'll see, but they're not going to go to waste, and I am just so looking forward to this. Hubby is out grilling, and he always does a great job, and this is one of the reasons why I love barbecue season. I just find it just works out so well with the two of us. So here is my dinner: the salad, the little bit of macaroni salad, and the pork chops. This was so good, and there's one left over. We each get one and a little bit of leftovers. These were so juicy and flavorful. The salad was absolutely amazing. I didn't care for the mandarins, but the goat cheese was so creamy. And then just with the little nuts and the nice big juicy cranberries, oh my goodness. I was looking forward to this all day, and it did not disappoint, especially the macaroni salad. And a little bit of room for dessert. I was craving fudgesicles, so I added them to my Walmart pickup order, and I'm having one of these tonight, and it was so good. So I really hope you enjoyed this first vlog for the month of June, and I look forward to sharing more little videos throughout the month and try to really establish a game plan so it just gets easier to figure out what's for dinner. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you in a day or two.